Did you know that some videos circulating on social media falsely claiming to be from JoyNews and advertising some drugs are fakes? These fake
Hello, good evening and welcome to JoyNews Prime. This broadcast is live from our studios in Accra. We're live on DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 125, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. My name is Fostina, Sarfo.
And I am Emmanuel. Samani. Tonight, pressure piles on government over 2 ghost hospitals in the Ashanti region as the 500-bed Afari and Silwa hospitals sits abandoned in weeds with equipment gathering dust. We've got the details as Chairman of Parliament's Health Committee accuses previous government of failing to provide funding to operationalize the facilities.
Also tonight, across floods and building collapses have one thing in common: human error, as the Ghana Institution of Engineering says weak planning laws, delay in waterways pumping, and shoddy construction are turning rain into disaster, with the death toll from recent building collapses nearing a dozen.
Also tonight, minority leaders chastises NDC government, accusing it of losing focus and engaging in petty fighting as leaders conclude debate on statements on the economy presented by the finance minister. We've got the details as the majority side asks the minority to keep its mouth shut on matters of the economy.
And later, Pius Kojobaka comes your way with Prime Business.
Economist Professor Patrick Esuming advises government to tackle constructions in key agriculture and services subsectors, warning that the 6.4% GDP expansion in the first quarter of 2026 could be derailed.
And later, enjoy sports.
Joy Prime set to broadcast the 2026 FIFA World Cup, beginning with the opening game between Mexico and South Africa.
Well, remember, we are your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism.
It's a good time to take a seat and please be our guest.
Tonight, minority members on Parliament's Select Committee on Health are asking President Mahama to honor his promise of completing existing health facilities across the country before initiating the new ones.
Well, the NPP parliamentarians, following a visit to the abandoned Afari military hospital in Kumasi, bemoaned the deteriorating state of the hospital facility, now overgrown with weeds, with several bags of cement left to harden. During their visit to the facility, the minority MPs, led by the ranking member on the Health Committee, Nana Ayuafrie, were confronted by soldiers over the authorization to access the facility. Emmanuel reports.
Ranking members of Parliament's Health Committee had completed their brief assessment of their Ferry Military Hospital when soldiers guarding the abandoned facility approached them over their authorization to tour the project site.
Why is he doing this? Don't bring us. No, there is no. Go back. That is why we are going back. Permission. Yeah. No. When there's an emergency. When there's an emergency. No. Don't do that. Members of parliament should ask permission from you have a minister. Don't ask me that question.
The MPs were in the Ashanti region to inspect abandoned health facilities they claim the erstwhile Akufo-Addo administration had initiated and completed, but the ruling government had failed to operationalize. The Aferi Military Hospital, a 500-bed capacity health facility in the Trima-Nwabieja district, was started over a decade ago but has since not been operationalized. The facility now sits in ruins with offices covered in weeds and serving as home for reptiles. Building materials including iron rods and several bags of cement have been left at the mercy of the weather, as some have already been covered in algae.
See, cement. We could count over 100,000 bags of cement that have been left to cake. If you go behind there, a lot of iron rods, building materials, head pans, and everything that was needed for construction. The materials are going waste.
I don't know what the people of Ashanti region have done to the John Mahama government. I don't know. What is left is employing nurses and doctors and other health workers to make the hospital functional. That is what we are all asking for. We are not asking for anything. I'm sure if the people of Ashanti region see the state of Afari Hospital now, people will weep.
The visit follows the recent industrial action by doctors at the Konfa Teaching Hospital. Ranking Member of Parliament Health Committee Nana Ayu Efriye is demanding that President Mahama honors his promise of completing existing facilities before initiating new ones.
You have been able to pay 2 billion. It's left with about 200 million. And then the president promised that on his Facebook wall, February 2024, he would complete existing infrastructure projects before he does new ones. But now the president is doing new ones in the Volta area, OT area, and then the northern area, and doing one in the western north area. But what is important is that Ghanaians need healthcare, so it should be done everywhere. But you promised that you will complete existing projects before the new ones. So let's make do with what we say. That's what we are saying.
Honorable, you had, I should say, 8 years to complete all of these projects, especially in the Ashanti region. We want to find out what was really the challenge as to why you were not able to complete them.
Negotiations, disputes, contractual disputes. This one, contractual dispute. Contractor says that you have to pay me this, you said this, no.
For JoyNews, my name is Emmanuel, Bright Kweku.
Tonight's fear and frustration are growing in Tetegu as residents accuse authorities of leaving an unidentified body retrieved from the Dengtu River unattended for hours, exposing the community to potential health hazards as the decomposing remains continue to emit a strong stench. The decomposing remains are said to be producing a foul odor and has spread across parts of the community, sparking fear among residents and raising concerns about public health and safety. Residents claim several attempts to get the police to remove the body were unsuccessful, alleging that officers cited transportation challenges as a reason for the delay. The stench from the remains hangs over the area. Some residents say they were forced to move from home to raise money to support local fishermen and disaster volunteers who assisted in retrieving the body. Well, as I just told you, tonight, fear and frustration are growing in Tetegu as residents are accusing authorities of leaving an unidentified body which they retrieved from the Dengtu River unattended for hours, exposing the community to a potential health hazard as the body remains to be decomposing and emitting a strong stench. Now, the remains are said to be producing a foul odor that has spread across parts of the community, sparking fear among residents and raising concerns over public health and safety. The residents claim several attempts to get the police to remove the body were unsuccessful. But for more on this, let's get onto the phone lines now and speak with Dr. Ahmed Kenan Lukman. He is a physician specialist with the Ghana Armed Forces Critical Care and Emergency Hospital. Dr. Kenan, Good evening, many thanks for your time. I want to find out from you, what are some of the dangers in having such a decomposing body out in the open, out in the public?
Yeah, thank you very much, Samani. So, I mean, there are a lot of public health concerns that could arise from this. So, with the body decomposed, you could actually have contamination from bacteria, and some of these bacteria could actually cause certain diseases, especially what we call gastroenterological diseases. So diarrheal diseases could actually arise from this. So it's actually a public health concern. The other thing is that if the body had some form of infectious disease and it's transmissible, and anyone who comes in contact with the dead body could actually also be infected. And so, yes, you need to get the right authorities to handle such a situation. And then even the water in the area can be sent for testing. I mean, the authorities can test it and see whether the contamination level is that high. And for the meantime, if that river is being used as drinking source for the community, then authorities have to find other means of getting them to get potable water. Because such a water, if you have not determined whether it is safe and they drink it, it could actually lead to some of these diseases that I mentioned.
Now, Dr. Kenan, we know that some community residents could, for example, go for a swim, and as you've indicated, perhaps use that water for house chores, including, cooking, etc. What are some of the exact health risks they are exposed to?
Oh, yes. So swimming and all other activities, once they can actually drink that water, because in swimming, the water can still get into their body. They may get contaminated with some of those bacteria. So there are a lot of bacteria that could get into their system, not just bacteria, even viruses and other organisms that the disease person might be harboring in their body, that as a result of the decaying could contaminate this water body. So swimming and all those activities should actually be halted, because those are things that can get get infected or get those people infected. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for your time. Dr. Ahmed Kenan is a physician specialist with the Ghana Armed Forces Critical Care and Emergency Hospital. Let's bring you more on the back of that report.
But the problem we are facing is that after reporting to the police said they don't have, how do we call it? They don't have a vehicle to come and carry the body. And also, NADMO is also saying that it's the police that has to carry the body. So we as volunteers, disaster volunteers, we are stranded. We are here, although we are doing everything possible to remove the body. We will not leave it to decompose in the river. We will remove the body, but for them to come and carry it and take it to mortuary for investigations to go on, maybe if they can find the family of the people, is another thing that we are contemplating on. So for me personally, I cannot volunteer myself doing this and also spending my money to carry dead bodies that I know nothing about, that is not even from the community.
That the police said their cars are spots and they can't come. It's been 2 hours since we told them that we found a dead body in the water here. So they are still not here, and we are still waiting for them. As at now, we are contributing to get the ambulance to come and pick the dead body away, because it's going to be it's going to start smelling bad here.
It's not easy to see your fellow, man, it's a man, so right, to see your fellow human being like this, it's really serious. We are all really, really sad, and then it's not easy. It's really a tragedy, But I had a call from those around here to come and then witness what is going on. So when I came, I think it was already floating from the beginning. That got locked at the other side. So I just saw it being locked in the sea there, but that's it. So we tried our best, like what my my bro is saying, try the best to engage everybody, the police and everything. And then, these things takes, it takes steps. It takes so many things. You need to do some ancestral things before you get it out. You understand? So that's what my seniors are on doing.
The remains have been retrieved. They are just waiting for the district police command to come for the remains to carry out further investigations, and then they will continue from there. Reporting for JoyNews, I am Ramat Bashiru.
Well, away from that, engineers say many of the recent building collapses and flooding incidents that have claimed lives in Accra were preventable, blaming weak enforcement of regulations, unauthorized construction, and poor planning controls. This comes as preliminary investigations into the Adenta, Aveno, and Newtown building collapses point to regulatory breaches, construction deficiencies, and systemic failures in oversight, with government now under pressure to act as the death toll from the recent incidents nears a dozen. Stephen Mensah has more in the following report.
The Ghana Institution of Engineering says preliminary findings from investigations into the recent collapse in Adenta, Aveno, and Newtown point to deficiencies in foundations, the use of unqualified contractors, and breaches of approved building standards. The institution warns that recurrent building collapse and flooding in Accra are being driven less by natural causes and more by failures in planning, regulation and enforcement. Chair of the Structural Engineering Subdivision of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Joshua Aloti, argues that many of the incidents could have been avoided if existing building regulations had been properly enforced.
At Adenta site, exposed foundations suggest that required embedment depths were not achieved, raising concerns about compliance with fundamental geotechnical standards. At the Aveno site, we observed shallow foundations constructed in a high water table environment with significant fill material. The foundation system employed reinforcement and footing dimensions typical of minor perimeter structure rather than a multi-story commercial building. We must state unequivocally that such foundation systems are structurally inadequate to support the imposed loads.
Meanwhile, the project engineer for the Gama Sanitation and Water Project, Gabriel Engman, says unchecked development on waterways, indiscriminate dumping, and weak planning controls continue to worsen flooding across the capital.
That we may have prepared, but we've not done enough to curtail this problem. And in order to do this, we need quite substantial amount of money. We need a lot of public education. We need to also change our mindsets. Our mindsets in terms of our property, our development, how we plan, areas. It's very, very difficult to give a wide assessment. But what I can say is that we need to take the bold decisions.
The institution also insists engineers are being unfairly blamed for the recent tragedies.
Most of the developers have turned themselves into professionals. And this is where the major challenge is. The assembly is there to help physical infrastructure development. The procedures are clearly spelled out that we are supposed to follow. But what do we often see?
With the rains intensifying and authorities already identifying several high-risk structures, the engineers say the focus must now shift from investigations to enforcement if further loss of life is to be avoided. For JoyNews, Stephen Mensah.
Let's get on Zoom now and speak to the chairperson on Parliament's Works and Housing and Water Resources Committee, Vincent Opong Asamoah. We appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime. Now, have you done enough, really, to prevent the recurrence of some of these tragedies, especially from a policy standpoint?
Listen, that we have not done enough.
Oh dear, we seem to have lost him.
If you can hear me, please.
Okay, you're on. Yes, I can hear you, but please speak louder for us.
Yeah, sincerely, we have not done enough. I don't think we have done enough. This is not the first time we're experiencing this planning. Every time we experience it, these discussions will go on and on and on. After that, we go and sleep. And then every year it will recur. The question we should ask ourselves, these are some FMDA, the special planning people. People are building all over the place. And we are hearing that they build without even building permit. Don't we have laws in the country? They'll go and write on these structures, but they will still go ahead to build. But we have laws in the country. So once you go and ask them not to build and they continue, why don't you take legal actions against them? So I believe that it's a country that have lots of good laws, but we have failed to enforce any of our laws. All of our laws we have failed to. The difference between Ghana and other countries are that they have the law and they go by the laws. Ghana, we are a country of people that have decided not to respect any of our laws. We don't enforce anything. So I believe that has been our problem. For the issues, why we are going through this, I tell you, you go to the street, you get a lot of people to tell you why we are going through this. But the difference is that we don't enforce our laws.
And we do not enforce our laws, you say. And so what's the game plan, especially because the engineers have also raised concerns that there's poor planning in the capital. Should Ghanaians expect any action from government in the policy sector, especially soon?
Seriously speaking, I think that the Ministry of Local Government have a lot to do. Because almost all the country, we have the MMDAs around. If they decide to enforce their bylaws, this will not recur. Let me tell you something. You go around there, all open drains, I said it earlier, all open drains in the capital, we have squatters just along the open drains. So the question we ask ourselves, do we have refuse containers around for them to even dump their waste there? No, we don't have refuse containers. So all the waste that they generate, you can guess where dump their waste. Even some of the open drains, even sex, you can see people on grass where they place cattle there. But don't we have the apartments there, or they don't see? I think it is not this government alone. It is time political authority will have to crack their whip. If they are not going to enforce our bylaws, somebody should act. You know, the politicization of everything has been there since time. And I believe that with what is happening now, it is time we all have to come together to ensure that the right things are done. You know,
I'm quite interested in solutions. You have just highlighted the challenges, but because you're chairperson of the Works and Housing Committee, I'm expecting solutions. And so would you at least be inviting the Works and Housing Minister before the House to get answers on the game plan moving forward?
I think the answers are what the technical people have already given you. When you invite the minister to come to Parliament, the answers, you know, earlier on, we had the resource, financial resource. Gary Dalo had over $300 million. You ask yourself, how was the project executed? If we have utilized that money effectively, we wouldn't have been here still talking about flooding in Accra. At least it will have been reduced. So we have to find out how that money that was provided, how was it done? And let me tell you, we still have some money sitting in the account that there are squatters even along the major drains in Accra. We want to move them back in discipline. I spoke about that. The Minister of Interior to use the local people to go and get these people out of the place, so that once we do the sorting, these people will not dump waste back into the drain.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, the solution to the problems of flooding in Accra is just discipline. And how can you be disciplined? We have to enforce the law. Rather than stop people dumping waste in the open drains.
Honorable Asamoah, you talk about
the offenses to be identified. What have we done to them? Those people should be arrested and prosecuted. Once we start to prosecute them, I'm sure issue of sanitation will go down. And I'm also thinking that the common fund of the MMDA in Accra, the common fund, which is quite significant, a percentage of that money should be allocated for issues of sanitation and drainage development.
Okay, point noted.
And I'm also suggesting that government of the day should be deliberate about providing resources like we are doing for the big push. A percentage of that should be allocated to the Ministry of Works and Housing for the construction of major drains in Accra. And we have to also embark on demolition exercise that they have started. We should not stop there. As a committee with oversight over that ministry, already we are asking the citizenry to also petition the committee if there are structures or anything that is obstructing the free flow of some of these things. They should petition Parliament. We'll use our technical people, we'll visit the area, and also recommend to those ministers concerned so that they can go on with the demolition. So
thank you, Vincent. Vincent, we have to go now, but point well noted.
Well, also on Zoom is the chairperson of the Civil Technical Division of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Michael Obeng-Kunedu. Michael, good evening. Many thanks for your time. After all is said and done, what proposals are you giving on, the building collapses and flooding in Accra? You'd have to unmute and make your point, sir.
Yeah, okay. In a summary, our greatest strength is our human resource. We have professional engineers, thousands of them, distributed all over the country. What we will do is we will sit with the assemblies and agree on an arrangement where they can have access to qualified licensed engineers who can help them perform the role that the law has assigned them to do. We see that their biggest challenge is that they do not have the professional human resources to carry out everything that the law says they should do. And we are prepared to make that human resource available to them. So the next stage for us is to sit with them and agree on what are the critical areas where they require our support, and then we'll make it available to them.
So, Michael, are you saying that we do not have enough engineers within the assembly to ensure that these issues of building collapse when it comes to the integrity of these buildings that are being put up, we don't have the human resource for that?
At all. We are nowhere near the numbers that we should have. And it cuts across the whole country. The responsibilities placed on the assemblies are huge, and they don't have the professional human resource to carry it out. That I can say on authority.
So what's the way forward? Do we need to get more engineers within these local assemblies?
Not necessarily. The engineers are already in the system. They are in the country. We have to make arrangements where their services can be made available to the assemblies where they reside in a structured manner. And then we would have oversight of our engineers and make sure that whatever they do to support the assemblies is in the right direction. So I do not believe any assembly will ever have the optimum number of engineers they need to carry out development oversight. But the engineers are in the system. We just have an arrangement where we can access them as and when they are required.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I have to bring our conversation to an end here. Michael Kunedu, thank you so much.
Still on the floods, with the rains already pounding Accra, the National Disaster Management Organization and partners are in a race against time. A 3-day flood control exercise is underway to clear choked drains before the city drowns again. My colleague Namonko has been following the exercise. She filed this report.
Accra's floods, NADMO says, are mostly self-inflicted. Poor waste disposal, clogged drains, and buildings sitting in waterways are the culprits. So teams from NADMO, Zoom Lion Ghana, Freedom's Construction, and other agencies are on the ground. For 3 days, they are desilting drains, dredging waterways, and clearing debris from major channels to allow rainwater run free. Ernest Ajano Nati is the Greater Accra Regional Director for NADMO.
This is a collaboration between NADMO and the Zoom Line, or let me say the Justman Group, where we have dredge masters, we have feathers as well. And it's a wonderful collaboration because fields and flood are not natural. filled and flood, they are man-made. We are causing it ourselves. Why am I saying so? Because of late, what we've realized after our post-flooding activity is that people do dump refuse into the drains, and we can see that most of the drains here are underground. And so when it chokes here, how do we even assess the flow? So when it rains here and the drains underground are choked, it means that the water will find its way, and finding its way means it will flood into shops and other places.
But clearing alone won't solve it. Zoom Lion says public education is running alongside the dredging. The goal is to stop the dumping that blocks the gutters in the first place. Communications and Corporate Affairs Director of Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, Emma Ajua Apia Oseidia, explains.
This is a cleanup exercise being organized by Zoom Lion in collaboration with NADMO and the FEDEMS Constructions. So we clear the waterways, the gutters that are choked, that is causing flood to happen in our city. And we are doing this for 3 days. We'll follow up also together with NADMO and FEDEX, public education, just in case people have forgotten what they are supposed to do and not to do. We will remind them as we always do.
Authorities say this exercise will move to other flood-prone areas across Accra as the peak rainy season sets in. The message is simple: change your habits or the floods will return. For JoyNews, now more cost reports read to you.
Meanwhile, the Minority Caucus in Parliament is demanding that the reports of the government's anti-flood task force be presented to the House for scrutiny. The call follows recent flooding incident that left several communities in Accra submerged, raising fresh concerns about the effectiveness of measures aimed at addressing the capital's perennial flooding challenges. According to the minority, although the anti-flood task force was established a year ago to tackle the problem, there has been little visible improvement in the flood situation.
Body assembled from the very top of Ghana's executive machinery, announced to the public as a decisive intervention against perennial national problem. And yet we are here. The same communities are flooded. The same families are displaced. The same drains are overwhelmed. The formation of the task force was widely publicized. Its results, however, Mr. Speaker, have been conspicuously silent. This is precisely why Honorable Shaib's demand that the task force findings and recommendations be brought before Parliament is not a procedural technicality. And Mr. Speaker, I believe that the context he made the demand is a democratic necessity. Ghanaians funded this task force through their taxes. They were promised to make a difference. And I believe that they are owed a transparent account of what it actually did.
Well, Majority Leader Mahama Yarga says the anti-flood task force must be given some time to deliver on its mandate. Listen.
I've read about the special task force that was set up by the president. I'm not sure that this is a problem that can be solved within the 1 year that I think the task force has been in existence. A lot of studies are required, a lot of fundraising is required, and I believe that they will ultimately achieve some success, but we need to give them time.
Oh, you're still watching JoyNews Prime. Please stay with us. We'll be right back after this quick time, Samani.
Yeah.
Hi, it's me. The one you poke, sip, and hopefully love. I'm your small reminder that growing up doesn't mean growing out of me. Trends come and go, but you still reach for me. I'm not just a drink, I'm that little sip that reminds you life can still be sweet. Calipo fruit juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is FDA approved.
Did you know that laser can be used to help diagnose and treat your glaucoma?
You can have modern cataract surgery like those done in Europe and America right here at the St. Thomas Eye Hospital. You can have modern phaco cataract surgery, retina detachment surgery, macular hole, and all kinds of laser surgeries done right here in Ghana. TMC or SUSU. But it's just to tell you, St. Thomas Eye Hospital provides total eye care for you and your family in a serene environment with world-class equipment.
Visit St. Thomas Eye Hospital Surgical Center at Mathaheko or their Oxford Street branch.
I say, anywhere way, Yentong. St. Thomas Eye Hospital, providing excellence in eye care.
Hey, Charlie, welcome back. The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back.
Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Malaria's remedy is Lonat. Therefore, we're gonna use Lonat to recover. You have malaria? Yes, are you shivering? Yes, yes. You got chills? Yes, take Lonat. First day, take Lonat. Second day, take Lonat. Third day, take Lonat. That's all. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat ide scatter malaria.
This advert is FDA approved.
Big game today as Ghana faces England.
You forgot the eggs.
And the whole nation is ready. Shot on target. Oh, what a save! Benjamin Asari flying for Ghana.
What is it? Politics is always safe.
Every day, in the moments we love, we rely on clean and safe water that flows from Polytank.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number one, let's bring Baby Car. Let's bring. He did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where's the plumber? For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it dey carry water, no wahala. Syntex pipe, it dey make water dey flow. Syntex, strong, tough.
Why do the world's smartest investors buy real estate? Because land is limited, demand keeps growing, And quality property has consistently proven to be one of the most reliable ways to preserve and grow wealth. Strategically located in the prestigious Airport West enclave of Accra, Grand Panach combines luxury living with strong investment potential. Enjoy world-class amenities, including infinity pools, sky bars, premium co-working spaces, wellness facilities, smart home features, and advanced security systems. Grand Panach is designed to deliver lasting value. Backed by MCL Ghana's proven reputation for quality, transparency, and investor confidence, every detail has been crafted for those who demand excellence. Call us now on 0200-903091 or 0244-167621. WhatsApp us on 0200-903091 or visit us at www.grandpanach.mclghana.com. Grand Panach by MCL. Prestige lives here.
You're welcome back. Time for some more stories.
Well, let's take you back to Parliament, where the Minority Leader Alexander Feyomakin is declaring that President John Dramani Mahama has lost control of his government, accusing senior appointees of engaging in public infighting at a time the administration is touting economic recovery and celebrating the successful completion of Ghana's IMF program. While speaking in Parliament during discussions following a statement by the Finance Minister on the economy and the end of the IMF program, the Minority Leader pointed to the recent public disagreement between the Finance Ministry and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture over the release of funds as evidence that the government is struggling to coordinate its own officials. There is more in the following report.
Concerns over discipline in senior high schools continue to mount, with school authorities grappling with incidents.
Finance Minister Dr. Kassil Atoforsen presented a message or a statement on the state of the economy together with Ghana's exit from the IMF program to Parliament a little over 2 weeks ago. The debate or the commenting have now concluded with leadership on both sides taking aim at each other and whether or not the government has really delivered on the major deliverables when it comes to the economy. We started with the Minority Leader, but not until he has taken some shot at the government, citing what he called infighting within the government, with people jostling for their presidential ambition. Listen to the Minority Leader, Alexander Feyomakin, on that one.
Mr. Speaker, the Agric Ministry and the Finance Ministry are at war. Mr. Speaker, whereas one ministry is saying funds have been released, the other ministry says that no. This is a government that has lost control. It cannot even take care of its 189 in this chamber.
Alexander Feyomakin has also been talking about the economy. He said, while the government continue to tout so-called economic indicators, the Ghanaians on the ground say they don't care about the economic indicators and the so-called numbers.
This country is not interested in numbers. If a minister announces GDP growth, talks about inflation, talks about exchange rates, and these have no real impact in the pocket of the ordinary Ghanaian, Mr. Speaker, that government cannot be celebrated.
To this, Deputy Majority Leader George Kweku Reketegan responded and said the NPP cannot now claim to have rediscovered its economic mojo. And as far as he is concerned, they have to shut up when it comes to matters of the economy.
Mr. Speaker, this country was actually on its knees. You cannot disappear in 1.5 years and become a brand new priest in a priesthood clothes and now pretend that you understand Ghana's economy better. Maybe, perhaps, we do better in understanding our economy when we go to opposition.
The Minority Leader Alexander Feyomakin also alleged gross mismanagement and corruption at Gold Board.
The level of mismanagement, the level of corruption at the Gold Board. Mr. Speaker, we know How come you buy gold at a discount and sell at a market price? When the minority sounded the alarm bell, they said that we were just doing politics.
He received a response from the Deputy Majority Leader.
We talk about gold board being something that nobody understands. Meanwhile, they clearly know what gold board is doing. Part of the situation we are in, the good situation we are in today, is as a result of the gold board that His Excellency Prez Mahama introduced. Gold board has become a game changer.
Reporting for JoyNews, Kweku Asante, Parliament House, Accra. I'm doing another one.
Yes.
Now, Education Minister Haruna Idrisu has expressed concern over the growing indiscipline in senior high schools across the country, warning the government will take decisive action this year to address the trend. Speaking at Adonteng Senior High School in the Eastern Region, the minister stressed that discipline in schools must begin at home, calling for stronger parental and teacher responsibility in shaping the moral conduct of children.
Concerns over discipline in senior high schools continue to mount, with school authorities grappling with incidents of student misconduct reported in various parts of the country. During unannounced visit to a Girls Senior High School and Adonteng Senior High School in the Eastern Region, Education Minister Haruna Idrisu acknowledged the growing challenge, warning that government will take firm action to address rising misconduct in schools.
One of the major problems we will deal with this year, 2026, will be stemming the growing indiscipline in our schools, particularly at the secondary education level. We expect to hold a national conference in Kumasi on or before the end of July, no thanks to social media, which has become a toxic source of mis and disinformation, and many young people relying on it. But when we meet, I'm sure we'll take lessons from those educationists as to how to deal with it. But it must begin with responsible parenting and responsible teaching.
Beyond discipline, the minister outlined plans to expand educational infrastructure.
Only next week, the World Bank will meet on the 16th of this month to give approval to what we have promised of expanded infrastructure. We intend to convert 30 Category C schools to B and 20 Category B schools to A, with $300 million for expanded infrastructure across the country.
Addressing concerns over the limited number of days allocated for BEC, the minister announced plans to extend the examination period from 5 to 8 days.
The government is reviewing the BEC exams calendar. So now the BCA will begin on a Wednesday and end the following Wednesday, so that adequate time is given to our learners to prepare for BEC across the country. So when we start with the core subject on Wednesday, we'll end with the core subject the next Wednesday, so that at least they have the weekend to prepare for the expanded workload.
On school feeding, Haruna Idrisu assures students and school authorities that food shortages will not be experienced this year.
The feeding component of the free senior high school is now being managed well with Get Fund funding. This year alone, we allocated 4 billion Ghana cedis to take care of your feeding across the country.
Reporting for JoyNews, Collins Frimpong, Ebri.
Let's head now to the Supreme Court, where the court has fixed July 29 to determine an application filed by private legal practitioner Noah Damte challenging the constitutionality, validity of the prosecutorial powers exercised by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Although the OSP is not a direct party to the case, 14 civil society organizations have joined proceedings as friends of the court, arguing in defense of the anti-corruption body and its mandate. My colleague from our Legal Affairs desk, Fatal Bayaga, was in court today. He filed this report.
It was another day for the various parties to advance their arguments before the Apex Court in a case that could have significant implications for the powers of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. The plaintiff, Noah Ephraim Adamte, took the opportunity to move his motion, maintaining his position that the OSP does not have the authority to prosecute cases without the authorization of the Attorney General, as required under Article 88(4) of the Constitution. Deputy Attorney General Justice Msai, who appeared in court on behalf of the Attorney General, argued in support of the plaintiff's position, stating that in the wisdom of the law, the OSP requires the approval of the Attorney General before undertaking any prosecution. The 14 civil society organizations, as amici curiae in the case, also filed a voluminous brief in support of their arguments in favor of the OSP. Shortly after hearing the parties, the 7-member panel presided over by Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni delivered its decision. One of the lawyers for the 14 CSOs, Oliver Bakavomawo, reacted to the development.
I think that, it's a credit to the court that the court has decided to prioritize this and give a judgment before the term of the court ends. It's clear that there are different views that have been urged upon the court. Both have implications. There's no question that both have implications on a constitutional democracy. If you listen to the Attorney General, his view is that there's some desirability in having the office of the special prosecutor, but the mechanism by which we authorize it must not undermine the rule of law. The view of the amici, or friends of the court, is that Parliament does not do what the plaintiff is accusing Parliament to have done. That it has created only a framework, and the Attorney General was free to authorize the OSP as he chose.
The plaintiff, Noah Adamte, said the timeline set by the court was appropriate and indicated that his legal team would comply with the 7-day deadline to file their written submissions.
No, I think it's good. The courts heard some arguments today, and I believe in the estimation of the courts, it will be more appropriate if the parties produce a written submission that details fully their arguments. So we welcome that order from the court, and we will comply with it and ensure that we file our process within the 7 days.
Meanwhile, the case has been adjourned to July 29 for judgment. Reporting for JoyNews from the Supreme Court in Accra, I'm Fatal Bayaga.
And it's time for me to go and make way for Showbiz, but of course we'll take a quick breather before we bring you that.
Of course, please stay with us.
Let's talk hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are normal structures located in the anus of all mammals.
But it is only man who suffers hemorrhoidal disease because of the erectocele we have assumed and the squatting that we do to empty our bowel. Hemorrhoids consist of a special type of blood vessels which fill with blood when we are moving our bowel and help to cushion the anus against the force of transmitting the stool. Afterwards, they empty their blood, collapse, help seal the anus to maintain continence. Over time, these vessels lose the elasticity of their walls, become dilated, permanently filled with blood, leading to congestion of the hemorrhoids. The symptoms of hemorrhoids are bleeding and prolapse of the hemorrhoids when passing stool, itching and feeling of warmth in the anus and anal discharge. Laser, ligature, and longo are the modern, minimally invasive, most effective and painless methods of treating hemorrhoids today.
Mwintaba Hospital, first Ghana Colorectal Center, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Well, it's time now for Showbiz, and I'm excited to introduce Becky, new host of a show on Joy Prime, which she's going to tell us all about shortly.
Are you kidding?
I saw you on Joy Prime, I'm like, okay,
yeah, they call it the Sports Fan Zone, and so we'll be doing that from Monday through to, during the World Cup season. We'll be telling you everything about World Cup. Just get interactive. It's on Joy Prime. I don't know, Musbah gave me that job.
But I'm so proud of you. I watched you this afternoon. I'm like, go girl.
It's like you're loving me today. What's going on?
Okay, you do your stories.
Did I win
is
a
going
jack?
to come for ahead. We won't do it again.
All right, this evening, let's talk about government because it has released 5 million Ghana cedis of the 20 million allocated to the Film Development Fund, fulfilling part of its commitment to provide funding for Ghana's film industry. The amount has been paid into the account of the National Film Authority, according to the authority's executive secretary, presenting the 2026 budget statement on November 13, 2025. Finance Minister Akufo-Addo announced a 20 million allocation for the Film Development Fund as seed money to help revive the country's film industry, including Kumawood and other industry associations. Speaking to myjoyonline.com after the launch of the Film Development Fund on Wednesday, May 20, 2026, the Executive Secretary of the National Film Authority confirmed that 5 million Ghana cedi of the budget from the 20 million has been paid to them. Quote, government has so far released 5 million cedis as part of the 20 million cedi seed fund commitment, she told Kwame Dazi of myjoyonline.com. So that's the first part of the money. Unfortunately, Fostina, you're not part of that money. It's all about the movie industry.
God is still in the miracle business. Say hallelujah.
When you
Who
go
knows?
to my
I may be called.
Nobody will
do
call
something regarding this project.
Mr. President. But, well, congratulations to them. Congratulations to the film industry. If you want more details on this particular story, please log on to myjoyonline.com just so that you can get a better understanding of exactly what this money will be used for. But, I mean, before we go, let's talk about Ghanaian singer Jackie. She has continued to her international rise with a feature, Call Me, on a new song by Marvel that forms part of the Brazilian football legend Ronaldinho's album Camisa 10. We have this report for you.
Ghanaian singer Jackie is celebrating another major international milestone after securing a feature on football legend Ronaldinho's Camisa 10 album. The project brings together 44 artists from 18 countries, making it one of the most extensive cross-cultural music collaborations released this year. According to organizers, the album fuses a variety of sounds, including Afrobeats, dancehall, Latin pop, and urban music, reflecting the diversity of its global cast. Jackie's inclusion places her alongside a host of internationally recognized artists from Africa, Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. The album is being positioned as a musical celebration ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will be hosted by the United States, Mexico, and Canada. The latest achievement adds to Jackie's growing international profile, built through successful collaborations, international performances, and a steadily expanding fan base. Fans and industry observers have welcomed the announcement, describing it as another significant moment for Ghanaian music on the global stage.
Congratulations to Jackie on that one.
I'm feeling the song.
Everything is looking really nice. Everything is looking really nice. We like people going, global, and the fact that, she's doing this is, it's a fantastic idea. There's something actually on Kanye West. BBC has reported about a rape allegation. We have all the details for you here.
I didn't know what was going to happen. I was given no direction. I was just told to sit in this chair.
A model has accused Kanye West of sexually assaulting her by choking her and forcing his fingers into her mouth on the set of a music video in 2010. Now, Kanye's lawyers don't deny that this happened, but they say it was part of an artistic performance and that the model, Jennifer Ahn, did not object to it while it was happening. In an exclusive interview with the Fame Under Fire podcast, Jen told me that she wasn't aware that West was going to be on set that day, that when he arrived, he picked her out for a one-on-one scene.
It started where he went up to my face and he was like smearing my makeup on my face and
Okay, do you need a minute?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Smearing the makeup all over my face in a way that just felt wrong. He started sticking his fingers in my mouth and I feel like he was like trying to touch as much as he could, and I was actively, my tongue was like hiding from him, and he just like found everything.
Now, Jen told me that Kanye didn't speak to her before, during, or after the interaction, but that when he was done, he shouted, "This is art, I am Picasso," and then abruptly left. Now,
we will be following this story and been bringing you up to speed updates on this particular development. And that'll be all for Showbiz here this evening. We're grateful for your time. Fostina, thank you so much for having me all the time. And we are always grateful to you at home for, just keeping...
We love you, Becky. It's time to go. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you so much.
Let's talk hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are normal structures located in the anus of all mammals.
But it is only man who suffers hemorrhoidal disease because of the erect closer we have assumed and the squatting that we do to empty our bowel. Hemorrhoids consist of a special type of blood vessels which fill with blood when we are moving our bowel and help to cushion the anus against the force of transmitting the stool. Afterwards, they empty their blood, collapse, help seal the anus to maintain continence. Over time, these vessels lose the elasticity of their walls, become dilated, permanently filled with blood, leading to congestion of the hemorrhoids. The symptoms of hemorrhoids are bleeding and prolapse of the hemorrhoids when passing stool, itching and feeling of warmth in the anus and anal discharge. Laser, ligature, and longo are the modern, minimally invasive, most effective and painless methods of treating hemorrhoids today.
Muntaba Hospital, first Ghana Colorectal Center, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Discover Willow Lane in Sakumono, one of Ghana's most prime community. These expertly designed 4-bedroom homes feature a private elevator, 4 ensuite bedrooms, private balconies, walk-in closets, and a gourmet kitchen and a maid's quarters. Perfect for families, executives, investors, and retirees. Our community offers a swimming pool, playground, and 3-tier security for your peace of mind. Experience the ultimate in comfort, convenience, and community here at Willow Lane, Sakumon. Visit waylead.org or call 0240-111119 or 0308-040500 to book your tour today. Waylead, your trusted home builder.
Seeing the Prentex fabric, I like the color, texture. I chose this design. It suits my body type. It means a lot to me to look good in clothes that I wear. I don't care about nobody's opinion.
Maso. Prentex. Difficult bounce for the American defense to deal with. And that's another shot. They scored. A wonderful volley.
The stadium is live. The fans are roaring and the excitement has officially kicked off. It's Gold Rush season at Compute Ghana. This World Cup season, the match isn't just on the pitch. It's happening right in your home. Build your home stadium with world-class cinematic TVs, powerful sound bars, and home theaters, high-power speakers, laptops, tablets, and projectors for the ultimate streaming. CompuGhana is delivering unbeatable deals, not just discount, but a chance to win 100-inch 4K smart TVs, mobile phones, laptops, and many more. Just purchase items 1,000 Ghana cedis and above and automatically enter the raffle draw. Shop online at CompuGhana.com. Call on 0302-752020. Go Rush season, the ultimate football experience, only at CompuGhana.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kojubaka. Economist Professor Patrick Esumeng has called on economic managers to urgently address contractions in key agriculture and services subsectors, warning that Ghana's 6.4% GDP expansion in the first quarter of 2026 marks weaknesses that could derail broad-based growth. His comments followed Ghana Statistical Service data, which showed the economy grew by 6.4% year-on-year in quarter 1 of 2026, with overall services and mining as the main drivers. But speaking to Joy Business, Professor Esumeng said the headline figure hides worrying declines within the two sectors that employ most Ghanaians.
I think a little bit of a concern will be the reduction in the growth of the agri sector, in particular the crop sector. So agri sector, we saw that growth has come down to 4%. I believe the previous year, we did upwards of 6%. So that's a little bit of a concern. Then, but in particular, you see that the crops and cocoa subsector saw a big decline. That's like the biggest subsector of the agri sector. The reason why it's a concern, it might be a concern, is that the first quarter crop mostly is kind of investment, preparing the land and getting things ready. So when you begin to see a reduction in the growth there, it might tell you come harvest time, you might see an impact. Don't forget that last year agri did so well, food production did very well, and that was a big reason why a big contribution to the reduction in the inflation we saw. So while the overall picture tells you that things are looking good, there are pockets of worry.
Now, the Ghana Association of Microfinance is urging the Bank of Ghana to allow more time and a dialogue on its proposed sector reforms. It warns that the current compliance timelines could threaten the survival of many microfinance institutions and affect broader financial inclusion. Board chairperson of the association, Akufo-Addo, said the time provided for microfinance companies to meet the new 50 million cedis capital requirement is too short and unrealistic. More in this report.
The future of microfinance in Ghana appears uncertain as the industry struggles to stay afloat amid proposed reforms by the Bank of Ghana. Under the new framework, microfinance institutions that fail to meet the regulatory requirements by 31st December 2026 may be forced to merge, be acquired, downgrade their license, or cease operations altogether. A key requirement is the increase in minimum capital to 50 million cedis for existing institutions seeking to operate as microfinance banks. Board chairperson of the Ghana Association of Microfinance Companies, Akufo-Addo, is urging the Bank of Ghana to allow more time and engage stakeholders in further dialogue on the proposed reforms.
First of all, give a steering system within the reforms. And then they should also give us time to implement, time to meet the requirements. So if, for instance, BOG wants us to, or it gives us the opportunity to do 10 million instead of 50 million, give us, say, 3 years. Within the 3 years, you can tell us that within the first year, you want us to meet a certain target. Then by the second year, and then a certain target. So that by the end of the third year, we would have met everything. But if you just give us the figures and then you tell us to fully comply by December of this year, I don't think it is realistic.
She warns that failure to consider the industry's concerns could undermine both the microfinance sector and Ghana's broader financial inclusion agenda.
Once these reforms come into place and some companies are unable to meet up and they leave the system, it means a whole lot of the unbanked are going to be left without any banking services. We have some regions in Ghana that have just one microfinance institution serving the whole region because it is not profitable for the banks to go there. It is the microfinance institutions that are rendering the services, the banking services at those levels. So imagine if that institution should fold up. It means the whole region will not have any banking institution in that region to be able to serve the people who are there.
Principal consultant at Protege Consults, David Aguda, also stressed the need for greater scrutiny of unrestricted foreign participation in the ownership structure of microfinance institutions.
Microfinance, when run efficiently, is extremely profitable. So when these volumes of profits are being made and foreign ownership is at play, they will repatriate their returns. And that produces increased pressure on our foreign currency. So we are not dead against foreign ownership, but there should be limitations. As it stands now, a limited liability company can own 100% share in a microfinance bank. So any foreign company registered properly in the country can own a microfinance bank. So these are some of the issues that we want the regulator to bring their minds to.
As discussions continue, industry players are calling for a balanced approach that strengthens regulation without jeopardizing the survival of microfinance institutions that provide critical financial services to millions of Ghanaians, particularly small businesses and low-income earners.
Societe Generale Ghana PLC has reported a profit after tax of 397 million cedis for the 2025 financial year, driven by strong growth in interest income, improved trading performance, and a recovering macroeconomic environment. Speaking at the bank's 46th annual general meeting in Accra, Managing Director Hakeem Hosani said lenders delivered a resilient performance despite prevailing economic challenges, positioning the bank to expand lending and support business growth.
Bank announced the result at its 46th annual general meeting, where shareholders reviewed the institution's performance for the final year ended December 31st, 2025. Managing Director of Societe Generale Ghana, Hakeem Hosani, attributed the strong performance to declining inflation, easing interest rates, and strong cedi, which helped boost business activity and strengthen customer confidence.
We are adjusting progressively our strategy to, on one side, improve the volumes of our loan book, but also to look at other forms of revenues based on fees and commissions. But all in all, effectively, we have also had this improvement or this appreciation of the Ghana cedi. You know that the balance sheet of SG Ghana is almost at 35-40% in dollar or foreign currency and 60-65% in Ghana cedi. It means that this sharp appreciation of the Ghana cedi has had also an impact on our balance sheet. But all in all, we have been able to deliver a very good performance on site, and as you have observed, the share price of SG Ghana from January to December has increased by almost 200%, and has still increasing also during these first months of 2026.
Mr. Hosani also expressed optimism about the bank's prospect for 2026, citing its strong capital position and continued focus on innovation and customer service.
2026 is necessarily a challenging year because, as I said, one of the major components of the revenues for banking industry is the interest margin, and you have seen that during the 1 year, this I would say the interest rates have dropped by more than 1,300 basic points. This is why I was saying that we are also adapting our strategy. On one side, to improve the volumes. It means we are doing the best to improve our presence in the market and to continue to lend more to the economy through the individuals and the SMEs and the large corporate on one side, to get also more flows through a better efficiency in our operations and transactions, reducing the timeline, for example, in terms of doing the transactions of our clients, and also to improve our off-balance sheet through all the trade finance transactions and guarantees that we do to our clients.
As Ghana's economy continues its recovery, Societe Generale Ghana says it remains committed to delivering innovative financial solutions, supporting businesses and households, and creating sustainable value for its shareholders.
Away from the financial sector, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Soil Research Institute, says it currently operates without direct state funding for research, relying entirely on donor support to run projects. Speaking on the Super Morning Show as part of the Joy Business Agribusiness Month, Director of the Soil Research Institute, Dr. Collins Day, warns this limits national control over soil data and agricultural innovation, despite the Institute's critical role in advising farmers and government.
We have a problem as a nation if we do not really give attention to the research we do as scientists. A lot of what we do will be taken over by the funding agencies. We have zero funding of our research. So most of what we do are donor funded, research at the institute level.
Hold on. I heard something. I want to be sure I heard right. You have zero funding of the actual research you do?
Yes, all the projects I am running now currently at the institute level are all donor funded projects. There is no government funded project as I speak to you.
Not even one Ghana cedi?
No, not even one Ghana cedi. If it comes to how much we need, we can have projects involving so much. 500,000 euros to do just one project. Some of them is about 200,000 euros. The low side for you to be able to conduct research in a particular farming area and get data you can speak to, you need to go and collect. It's seasonal. You have to go and collect the samples when you are raining and dry seasons for a number of years for you to be able to validate the information and say, if you go to this area, these are the characteristics of the soils. These are the nutrient contents and all that, and so be able to advise farmers on that one. Wow. So it varies. It varies. We actually need monies to be able to run the institute, and for that matter, help our poor farmers increase or improve their livelihoods.
The head of sales at EPAC Flexible Packaging West Africa, Abigail Doku, says poor packaging remains a major obstacle preventing many Ghanaian small and medium-sized enterprises from growing and competing effectively. Speaking on Joy Business Masterclass as part of Joy Business Agribusiness Month, Ms. Doku noted that although many SMEs are producing quality products, their packaging often fails to meet market requirements.
Packaging may be at the end of it, but without it, you can't even move the product.
Correct.
You can't even move it at all.
Correct.
And that's the most important. I think that's why it's a challenge. And if we narrow it down to Ghana, it's a big problem. Packaging has been a big problem because SMEs are growing. They want to do something. They want to process something. But at the end of the day, how are they packing it? How are they able to move it around the world if the packaging they're using is not making any,
It's not fit for purpose.
It's not fit for purpose, exactly like you say.
Ghana has reaffirmed its commitment to promoting trade and investment across West Africa as it prepares to host the 5th joint meeting of ECOWAS Ministers of Trade in Accra from June 11 to 12, 2026. Speaking ahead of the event, Chief Commercial Manager at the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Akufo-Addo, said Ghana remains open to doing business with foreign investors and traders, stressing that the country is committed to creating an enabling environment for trade and investment.
We intend doing within these 2 days
is to make sure we bring all the issues, and I'm going to leave the issues with the ECOWAS Commission to bring us up to speed on all the issues that we want to discuss to make sure that we increase our bilateral trade among our ECOWAS sub-region. But as the host country, on behalf of the government and my Honorable Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Addo, we would like to welcome all our visitors to the shore of Ghana. These 2 days, we want to prove to the rest of our sister countries that Ghana is still the gateway for business in the West Africa sub-region. On this occasion, we will also want to inform you, the press, that a number of activities, as I've said, the ECOWAS Commission will take us through all the details, will be lined up. But we want you to carry the message to the rest of the world that Ghana, and for that matter, ECOWAS, is more than ready to do business with the rest of the world.
History was made in the Chinese city of Jinan this week as Ghana and China took a bold step toward deeper economic ties. The first ever China-Ghana Trade and Investment Forum unfolded in grand style, with Ghana's Trade Minister Elizabeth Ofosu-Addo making one thing clear: West Africa's door is wide open for business. And now Sabit has more.
History was made in the Chinese city of Jinan this week as Ghana and China took a bold step toward deeper economic ties. The first ever China-Ghana Trade and Investment Forum unfolded in grand style, with Ghana making one thing clear: West Africa's door is wide open for business. The team from Ghana, led by Trade Minister Elizabeth Ofosu-Addo, didn't just come to ask for favors, they came to make a promise.
Let me tell you why the next chapter is even better. The offer. Why Ghana? Why now? Number one, we have a stable democracy with a reset agenda. Under President John Dramani Mahama's reset agenda, we have committed to a fundamental transformation of our economy, from one that exports raw material to one that manufactures finished goods, from one that depends on commodity prices to one that earns from value-added production. This is not aspiration. This is a government policy backed by budget allocation, legislative reforms, and the personal commitment of the president himself.
Then came the numbers that made everyone sit up straight. Zero minimum financial requirement for foreign investors. Zero, and Ghana is not just a country, it is a launch pad. Through the African Continental Free Trade Area, Ghana opens the door to over 400 million customers across West Africa. One investment, 16 different markets.
We have just passed the Ghana Investment Promotion Authority Act 2026, the most significant reform of our investment law in over a decade. General minimum capital requirement for foreign investors have been removed. Entry has been simplified. The timeline for application for a license for qualified investors is now as short as between 4 to 6 weeks. Ghana is indeed open for business in a way it has never been before. A gateway to 400 million customers.
Dr. Mary Awusi, who is the CEO of the Free Zones Authority and the Deputy CEO of the GIPC, took turns painting a picture that sounded almost too good to be true until they showed the roadmap. No red tape, no hidden doors, just opportunities. Christian Eugene, lead private partner to the organization of the event, described the platform as a gateway to understanding the market opportunities for the two countries.
This is exactly what we are trying to solve through the approval of the China-Ghana Trade and Investment Promotion Center that was approved by the Honorable Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Our objective is here to understand companies and investors better, understand the industry they want to enter, to provide practical and market insight, stronger connection, and timely feedback.
And action came fast. Several memoranda of understanding were signed right here on the spot. New factories, new partnerships, new jobs on both continents. Wan Baomin, general manager of Xi'an Shenzhen Mining Company, expressed joy at the prospect and said he's happy to have a clear understanding of how to invest in Ghana.
需求还有加纳的人员有很多的了解。
So after attending this forum, he has really had more or clear understanding how to invest in Ghana, and she's really looking forward to going or diving more into the investment in Ghana.
The world is rethinking supply chains. Africa is rethinking trade, and today, Ghana and China just wrote the first page of a very exciting new chapter. Reporting for JoyNews, Anas Sabit, Jinan, China.
Back home in Ghana, workers' unions of Produce Buying Company Limited are pressing on President John Mahama to urgently honor his campaign and post-election pledges to revamp the cocoa buying company as staff grapple with over 2 years of unpaid salaries and deepening hardship. Casual workers who are employed for operational needs have also gone 36 months without any allowance of 350 cedis a month. At a press conference in Kumasi, the unions painted a grim picture of conditions facing employees, indicating that some have lost their lives due to their inability to afford hospital bills.
Worker unions of PBC Limited say permanent staff have gone 27 months without salaries, while casual workers are owed 36 months of their 350 cedi monthly allowance. At a press conference in Kumasi, the unions said the situation has left families in distress, with some staff unable to afford medical care. Mr. Osbert Bafo-Ansa is chairman of PBC Professional and Managerial Staff Union.
And so we are calling on the president that workers are dying because we've not been paid for over 24 months. We are telling the president that revamping is not only about appointing people to the helm of affairs of PBC. It is also about providing them with resources for operations of the company. If the government has placed Bupe Processing Share Factory under a different ministry, we are also asking the president that that factory comes with debt and it forms a chunk of our debt. And so if they are taking that asset, they should take its accompanying liabilities.
The unions say President Mahama promised to revamp PBC during the 2024 campaign, citing its declining market share and 12 months of unpaid salaries at the time. They say he repeated the pledge after winning the election, with Finance Minister Kesil Atoforsen also promising to make PBC the leading licensed buying company in Ghana. But nearly 2 years on, the unions say the company remains on its knees.
That after almost 2 years into His Excellency's presidency, the overpromised revamped company continues to be on its knees and on the verge of collapse, with workers dying out of hardship and wallowing in abject poverty.
The unions also want salary adjustments, saying staff have seen no increment in over a decade. They want salary arrears cleared, operational funding, and fair treatment for all workers. PBC was once a major player in Ghana's cocoa sector, but its market share has declined sharply in recent years. For JoyNews, Nana Ojima, Kumasi.
People's Pension Trust PPT, in partnership with Mobile Money FinTech Limited, has launched Flexi Pension, a digital pension product designed to extend retirement security to millions of informal sector workers across Ghana. We have more for you in this report.
The product leverages MTN Mobile Money's extensive nationwide network, enabling users to save towards retirement anytime and anywhere using their mobile phones. The Chief Executive Officer of the People's Pension Trust, Isaka Ibrahim, says Flexi Pension was developed to bridge this gap and provide a practical pathway to retirement security for millions of workers.
There are lots of Ghanaians who have already accepted digital payment. So why not piggyback on what Ghanaians already have to have pension also on them? Just imagine you are transferring money from your wallet to another person and have the availability and convenience to save towards your pension. We know that this product is something that the market is calling for, and that is why after years of having no objection from MPRA, we sat down to redefine it, to test the market. It's been almost a year on this journey for us to be here today, and so we really know, and from our research, we know that the people in the informal sector would accept this product. Already we launched this in the pilot phase. Already we've had more than 12,000 people who have signed up to this particular product with an average daily contribution of 50 Ghana cedis. And so we know that once we've launched this product and it's going to the mass market, a lot more people will come into this particular bracket.
The National Pensions Regulatory Authority says the initiative aligns with ongoing effort to expand pension coverage and strengthen long-term financial resilience among Ghanaian workers, particularly those in the informal economy.
To the extent that it's a system that allows for convenience, I commend it. I think that convenience is at the core of how to attract people in the informal sector. People want to be able to trust the system. They want to be able to do it in a way that is comfortable for them. And I think that's what Flexi is providing. So I commend that. And I think that the industry is open. I mean, the market is rich. 80% of the workforce of this country is left untapped. So it's an opportunity for a lot of people to get into the industry and ensuring that the workers of this country are able to retire in dignity.
Senior Manager Bantech at MTN Mobile Money Fintech Limited, Yao Saifa, highlighted the importance of the partnership, describing it as a major step toward making pension services more accessible to a broader segment of the population.
The good thing about Flexi Pensions is that it's a two-pronged savings or investment product. It has the pensions wing, which is a long-term investment product. And also has the savings component also, which can also allow you to save for the short term. I mean, to also have access to your funds, I mean, when you have an urgent need, right? So when you're preparing for your future through your pensions, you're also preparing for, I mean, immediate expenses or emergencies that will come up. So it's a win on both sides. Right. Pensions is important, right? Even if you work for yourself, you are self-employed, or you are an employee of any entity, right, or you're even in between jobs, it's always important to prepare to secure your future, right? And because then again, apart from securing your future, you never know when you would have an emergency.
Industry stakeholders believe initiatives such as Flexi Pension could play a critical role in closing the country's pension coverage gap while promoting long-term savings and retirement security for millions of workers who have traditionally been excluded from formal pension arrangements.
Thanks so much for watching Prime Business. I am Pius Kojobaka. Razak is next with Prime Sports.
Did you know that of the world's 15,000 fish species, 134 are found in the Volta Lake, Africa's largest man-made lake? And in recent years, the names of 31 of these species have been updated. Discover these changes in the second edition of the Field Guide to the Fish Species of the Volta Lake. Also, explore the diverse fishing gear used on the lake, from traditional methods to modern innovations, in the second edition of the Catalogue of Small-Scale Fishing Gear of the Volta Lake. The catalogue is richly illustrated with photographs. These books are authored by Dr. Lawrence Issa Brima, former coordinator of the IDAF project at Yeji and the IPIC project at Akosombo. They are published by Lambert Academic Publishing. For information and copies, call 0208 14 9630 or 055 366 0782.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Hey, Charlie, no joke.
fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back.
Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Baya bukata abu mai yawa, ku sare abin da kuke so. Wani sa'ili yana farawa da rigakafi. Kulawa ba kowane lokaci yake da karfi ba, shine saurara, takasansan da yin ƙananan abubuwan da suka dace.
Kariko bara yana farawa da ni, ina kula kowace rana.
Good Conduct, Great Life is brought to you by
Indomie.
Tastes great.
More Kivo inside. Kivo Gari Soaking Mix. Taste of Ghana.
Teenage pregnancy is stressful. It is world war.
Dreams are paused, futures rewritten, and childhood replaced with the heavy responsibility of raising a life.
They impregnated her, and at the end of the day, when she came, she was HIV positive.
This is not just a story of motherhood, it's a cautionary tale.
Your friends will laugh at you at that time because nobody expects you to get pregnant at that time. You get that reactions from the nurses when you go to the antenatal. Some of you will go like Akrakitwa.
Too Young to Mother on JoyNews.
There are some certain categories of disease. If you put HIV here and put those diseases there, I'll pick HIV.
Welcome to Consulting Room 5, only on JoyNews.
You know, the buying of a condom too is quite stigmatized.
Yes.
Walk to a chemist shop or a drugstore to buy a condom, and then say, I want a condom, and everybody raises their head to look, who is that?
Consulting Room 5 airs on the JoyNews channel on Saturdays at 3 p.m. and on Sundays at 6 p.m.
There is so much power in knowing your status. When you go to test to know your status, you protect it jealously.
Yeah.
You don't
jealously.
Yes.
Right.
You don't only protect yourself, you protect your community, you protect your family.
Hi there. We are now less than 24 hours to the World Cup, which is taking place in USA, Mexico, and Canada. For the opening ceremony, expected to take place in Mexico City. Now, multimedia group Joy Prime will be bringing you the coverage of this year's World Cup, beginning with the opening game between Mexico and South Africa. Now, this follows an announcement that was made by the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, which had Joy Prime, along with other media houses in a consortium that got the right to broadcast the tournament. Now, one of the authorized television station partners licensed to broadcast these games is Joy Prime, and the head of sports at Multimedia English Brands, Fencho Tahiru Fencho, has been offering insight into what to expect as far as the coverage of this tournament is concerned on Joy Prime.
Yes, Joy Prime will broadcast select games of the FIFA World Cup. We have 34 matches, including all Ghana games, all South Africa matches, most of the African team games, 17 games in the group stages, 17 matches in the knockout rounds. And you can expect great panel conversations, great analysts joining us, great panelists, ex-coaches, players who have played at the FIFA World Cup, players who have won AFCONs, players who have coached at the World Cup, and a whole lot more. So Maxwell Konedu, Sikia Connor, David Akam, all of them are people that will be joining our broadcast. So you join us every match day, 1 hour match build-up, halftime, post-match, 1 hour to wrap up the conversations. We have the fixtures out, beginning with the opening game between Mexico and South Africa. That should be a really good one. But to complement our live broadcast of the World Cup, we also have World Cup Daily, which is a 2-hour daily show on Joy Prime from 10 a.m. to 12 midday, where it's the official catch-up show, given the time of the broadcast of the games, very late in the night. But once you're back in the office in the morning between 10 and 12, we have all the highlights of all the matches that happen over the night, and you can catch up on the action on Joy Prime. And it should be a really exciting 40 days of incredible competition of the FIFA World Cup. And Joy Sports, Joy Prime will be your home of a FIFA World Cup for the next 40 days. We will have reporters on the grounds as well, from the group stages all the way to the end, giving you behind-the-scenes reports on Team Ghana and everything else happening at the World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. We'll have men on the grounds engaging the Ghanaian community there, the fans that are going to the stadiums. So it's an all-immersive coverage of the World Cup, 360 coverage of the World Cup we have for you, including on radio, where we will have a live commentary of pretty much every relevant game. So when you're stuck in traffic and wondering what game is on television and regretting for not being at home at the time you want to watch your favorite match, let's tune into radio, Hits 103.9 FM, Joy 99.7 FM, and enjoy unbelievable top quality commentary as well. So we've got you covered 360.
Well, let's take you to the Black Stars camp now, where goalkeeper Lawrence Atisigi says the strong unity and positive atmosphere within the squad could be key to the team's success at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, the St. Gallen goalkeeper revealed that the players have built a strong bond during their preparations and are eager to translate that team spirit into positive performances on the pitch when the tournament gets underway. Well, he's been speaking to the GFA media team.
Yeah, it's been a great experience. You could see all the guys are very ready, and we train very well. We're giving our best, and yeah, we're looking forward to this moment. He's a very experienced coach. He's got a lot of information, so yeah, you just have to take the good information he gives out and yeah, try to make use of it. The expectation is just a teamwork. We're going to fight till the end. We're going to give it all, and we hope that we're going to make Ghanaians proud. Yeah, I think it's really a good team. We all together, we fight for each other, and yeah, you can see that there is really positive vibes each and every time, and this is what we like, and this is what we want. We want to we want to keep on with this. We want to take this positive energy into the games, and we hope that we can make a very good World Cup. As a kid, everyone dreams to play in this big platform, and for me it's actually a big dream, because you get to face big players, you get to have a nice atmosphere, a lot of people in stadium, the support, the love, and it's really a good experience for me, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think there has to be the dedication for the game. They have to have the positive mindset, because it gets to some point when it's not going well. I think that's when we need this mentality, the winning mentality, and the winning spirit. So I think they just need this and to help the team achieve better goals. Nervous, I think, is not a word, because I feel there is a good team spirit, and this shows that everyone is ready and everyone is looking forward, because like I said, it's a dream, so everyone is ready to live it. The strength is fighting for each other and being there as a team, like playing as a team, and not just playing as like an individual player. But then the strength is, you could see everyone is fighting for each other, we support each other, and we help each other by encouraging the young ones to keep going and to always give their best. These are moments that happens in football where you have bad moments and you sometimes don't qualify. But for us, the biggest moment is now. We put whatever thing that has happened behind us, and we try to focus on this World Cup, and hopefully we can make very good use of it. For me, it's not a matter about the names. It's everything depends on us. We focus on ourselves, and like you said, we're giving ourselves good energy. We're training well, and this is what we are really focused on. So we're just going to take game for game, and hopefully we analyze it and see how it goes. We know it hasn't been easy in the past days, but we're just going to give all, and we ask him for their support, their prayers, like always, and they should also stay positive, and hopefully we're going to make them proud.
Now, former head coach Akufo-Addo has also shared his expectations ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, highlighting some of the key factors that could influence teams' performance at the tournament. Well, speaking as a member of FIFA's technical study group, Akufo-Addo said he will be keenly observing how players adapt to the weather conditions, as well as impact of the innovations set to be introduced during the competition.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to see if there are some patterns from different continents, also to see how, let's say, especially also European teams adapts in these heats, how the African teams, South American teams, who are maybe more used to the heat, to different circumstances, how they adapt, also with the traveling. I think the team around the team is very important also to provide everything what the team needs, and it's going to be very interesting, also especially from a tactical point of view, how the coaches react to all these complex things which are around the teams, and then to get the best out of the team.
Well, Akufo-Addo is expected to work as a member of the FIFA Technical Study Group, where they will be analyzing games and also offering opinions where need be relative to how the coaches are deploying their tactics in this tournament. Meanwhile, lower tier side Covenant Football Club emerged as champions of this year's Nketia Football Foundation tournament. The tournament, put together by Crystal Palace forward Eddie Nketia through his foundation, is part of efforts to promote grassroots football in the country. There's more in this report.
The one-day event put together by Crystal Palace forward Eddie Nketia through his foundation is aimed at providing a platform for talents in Ghana to be seen by scouts. The tournament was played at the University of Ghana Stadium. 6 teams competed in the tournament, with Covenant FC beating Future Stars in the final to lift the trophy at the end of the games. The other teams that competed in the tournament included Kesewa SC, Joma Smarts, Teshi Mercury, and Alpha FC. The UK forward explained the motivation behind the initiative.
Yeah, you know, I think we really want to help. There's a lot of talented players in Ghana. My dad always tells me so. Yeah, we just wanted to try and give some opportunity and provide a platform for players to express themselves and to show their talent, you know. And we've also done a giveaway in partnership with Under Armour to try and give some boots back to give, you know, the guys some more facilities to be able to play and chase their dreams.
I know this foundation was established back in 2023. What led to the establishment of this foundation even before the football initiative came in?
Yeah, I think it's not just football. We want to just help people. We always try to give back. We're blessed by God to be in the position that I'm in. My family have helped me so much. So it's so important for us to try and help as many people as we can and to, you know, provide opportunity to places where maybe they don't have as much, you know. So that's what we try to do, whether it's football, whether it's, you know, kids through school. We just try to provide a bit of opportunity and hope.
The father of Eddie, Edward Nketiah Sr., also revealed plans to go across other parts of the country in search of more talents.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. I think we want to move around the country a little bit. Some people, we tend to focus too much on Accra, Kumasi, and those areas. I think there's many great players in the outskirts, and maybe we can start to tap into that and bring them to the fore.
The best player of the tournament also revealed the motivation of Nketiah's presence to his performance on the day.
Well, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Nketiah Foundation for this wonderful arrangement for us to showcase our talent here. I'm very excited because I've won the man of the match of this tournament, and it makes me excited.
Seeing Eddie Nketiah come here to watch you himself and pick you as the best player, does that serve as an extra motivation for you?
Yes, because I've been watching him and he really inspires me. So I think it will motivate me a lot to work hard.
Each player who competed in the tournament received football boots from Under Armour, who sponsor Eddie Nketiah and were partners on the day, while Elite Project Sports Agency were also present to scout the players.
Well, 2025-26 Greater Accra Division 2 Middle League season winners, 7th Wave Football Club, were in the offices of Glyco Life Insurance Ghana to present the honours. The club, which aimed promotion to the Division 1 after beating True Life FC 3-2 in the Middle League final, hailed the insurance company for their support, describing it as a key factor in their success. There's more in this report.
7th Wave claimed Division 2 Middle League success after beating True Life FC 3-2 on penalties in the final. The club on Wednesday presented their trophy to their sponsors, Glyco, following the end of the 2025-26 season, where they won their zone in the Division 2 before going on to win the GAFA Middle League. Assistant coach of the club praised Glyco for their support while lauding the performance of the club.
We're very happy to have accomplished what we have. It's not been the easiest task in the world. 7th Wave have shown that we are a very determined side, a side that never gives up, a side that would always try to get to the top of football. This Middle League gave us the opportunity to show that. Glyco coming on board with us was an extra push we needed, and it has given us these two wonderful trophies you guys are seeing here today.
The managing director of Glyco, Andrew Echamponche, expressed joy over the team's achievement, highlighting the importance of the company's support for the club.
It's excellent. You want to support, and it's always great to see that your support yields great results. And for 7th Wave to come back with the trophies and the cup, it's amazing, and we say congratulations. You know, when they came in, we always want to support the young and the youth. And obviously sports, we know it's a great unifier of people, of the nation. And we believe, as I mentioned earlier, that sports builds your grit, your dedication, your commitment, the hard work, the tolerance you go through. So as we supported seventh wave and they've come back with a trophy. I hear them saying, hey, we're going for Division 1. And they will certainly carry on. And our support will be continuous. We'll continue to support. We'll continue to encourage. We'll continue to invest because we believe sports, training, education, it's all very important. And that is why as Glyco, we continue to support in our CSR these endeavors.
Following their promotion to Division 1 League, 7th Wave will now turn their attention to competing in the Division 1 League next season as the Premier League promotion.
Now, wellness and fitness company Piper's Gym has launched its 30th anniversary celebration with media engagement in Accra. Now, while outlining the series of activities planned for the anniversary, they also reaffirmed their commitment to promoting healthy lifestyle in the country.
The launch marks the start of a series of activities to commemorate 3 decades of service, including training programs in gym fitness and taekwondo that have produced award-winning athletes. The event brought together patrons and well-wishers. Club Managing Director Miguel Sowa praised the organization's impact over the years.
Having transformed countless lives through fitness, dance, martial arts, and youth development. Over the years, People's Health Center Limited, affectionately called People's Gym, that's all we say, has provided state-of-the-art strength equipment and cardio equipment, representing the leading brand gym equipment in the world, Life Fitness.
Managing Director Filipina Pepra expressed confidence the facility will maintain its high standards.
We are proud to have established a community fitness facility that offers more than just a gym. Our promise to the industry is that we will continue to maintain the standards and not only the customer service, but the customer care. An example of this is our partnership with the Institute of Wellness Studies. This institution has established the first curriculum for personal trainers and sports coaches under the very dedicated and passionate leadership of Kwesi Tabari.
Patrons also shared their experiences at the gym.
I remember when I came back to Ghana in 1998, this was the only gym available. So I was a member, we used to live here. And the Kalmuni family and the People's family, all our 4th generation, the children, they grew up here.
Well, my first experience at People's Health Center was 22 years ago as a Miss Ghana contestant. And I'd say the relationship has grown from there.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight on Prime Sports. World Cup is starting tomorrow, and it's going to be live on Joy Prime. Do make a date with the rest of the team with discussion starting at 5 p.m. Meanwhile, on PM Express is a special preview of the tournament on JoyNews. So make a date. Ivan Semensa is coming with the rest of the team. Please stay.
Welcome to a place where everyday living is reimagined, where space, movement, and community come together effortlessly. With thoughtfully designed spaces, modern facilities, and everything you need within reach, you don't just live here, you feel safe, comfortable, and at ease. Step inside Eden Heights and discover spaces crafted for comfort, style, and everyday living. And just when it feels right, you will know. Because this isn't just about finding a house. It's about stepping into a better way of living. Eden Heights, the height of modern living. Book a private viewing today.
putting on just the fabric isn't really enough. You have to put on your confidence. I chose this Printex fabric because it symbolizes hope and success because of the color and the texture.
Printex.
Hey, what's up?
Life. It's moving so fast. Yesterday I was in class 4. Today I'm almost in JHS. My shoes don't fit me anymore. My voice is deeper. I was watching cartoons, but now they say I'm too old for that.
The more things change, the more they'll stay the same. I still love you the same.
Come and sit, Dad.
In a world that keeps changing, Calipo still keeps making sweet memories.
I still love it.
Dad, I told you to have a sip, not to finish.
Calipo food juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is FDA approved.
This Father's Day, give Dad more than just a gift. Give him an unforgettable experience. Join the Joy brands for the Joy Safari Escape, the ultimate weekend getaway created to celebrate fathers and father figures on 20th and 21st of June. Enjoy a premium escape filled with relaxation, adventure, music, great food, and quality family time. Your experience includes breakfast courtesy from Safari Homes, complimentary bus service to and from Aqua Safari because we care about your comfort, luxury night stay at Aqua Safari, scenic river tours and boat cruises, fish and tortoise feeding experience, underwater cave viewing, eco park adventure with amazing wildlife encounters, buffet meals, island party with live band entertainment, swimming pool, archery, board games, lawn tennis, endless vibes from our DJs, and fun activities for the kids too. So bring along the entire family. Rates are going for 4,000 Ghana cedis single, 6,000 Ghana cedis double, and 10,000 Ghana cedis for a family of 4. Book now or make enquiries by calling or WhatsApping Lois on 053 100 3813. The Joy Safari Escape, June 20 and 21. Joy Safari Escape, one weekend, endless memories. The Joy Safari Escape is powered by Hits FM and Joy Prime.
To dance with my father.